never stop at one. I'll take you all on.
At least I'll have the satisfaction of destroying you, Optimus Prime.
You can't remember my name.
The weak shall perish?
Do not believe everything you read.
Hello everyone, I'm Cyberverse Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Barricade. Now, this was a very controversial figure when it first came out. Some people liked it, some people hated it, and then there were some people who are mixed. Me personally, I actually like this guy. I actually really do like this figure. Now, I get it. Some people don't like the white spoiler. I think it's cool. I don't think it's really an eyesore, but I'll kind of admit it does kind of... Actually, never mind. It does kind of feel out of place. I think what I'm going to do is... I know Toy Hacks sells a set for this guy. What I'm probably going to do is just paint the white completely black, and then get the Toy Hacks decals and put the police back. So, because I will admit the white spoiler or lip spoiler is kind of annoying. But I digress. This was one of the first attempts at a modernized Barricade figure. And I can't lie, this was basically my only normal Barricade that I had as a kid. I never owned the 07 Deluxe. My stepbrother at the time, he owned the Interrogator Barricade, which was cool. That was the 07 figure, but it's not mine. So, it wasn't mine. So, of course, I went with... having this. And me personally, this is slightly better than the original figure. It just sucks that the MechTech weapon just makes kind of no sense with this guy. Now, Barricade and Crankcase kind of have the same MechTech weapon, except this one is kind of lockable, but I don't really consider it. I prefer it in the gun mode. The gun mode is really cool. And the other weapon is kind of like this, I don't know, like wolf-looking claw. It just kind of looks weird. I'm sure some customizers could make like a, man, I think I've seen someone actually use these before, and they got rid of the spring or something, and I think they took a Crankcase figure and turned it into Hatchet. I could be wrong on that, but that's the kind of vibe it gives me, because me personally, I kind of wish, because to me, this does kind of look like some sort of, like dog-like, claw or something. Like, it does look like that, but the gun mode is just as cool. I don't really have much to say on the MechTech weapon. It's cool, it's fun, but it's not, like, my favorite. Actually, none of the MechTech weapons I like, but except for Shockwaves and Megatrons, but, it is what it is, and Starscreams. But, anyway, as a size comparison, real quick, here he is with the canceled Soundwave figure. Let me remove the MechTech weapon. So, yep, there he is with Soundwave, which looks pretty good in my opinion. I actually do like the scale of this. I'm sorry, I think I mistransformed this guy. Move the weapon off of here, and then for my last comparison for alt mode, there he is with Crankcase, like I just talked about. And you can kind of see they kind of have similar MechTech weapons. except this guy has like a cooler looking gun, and then instead of the three claws, he's got the two. So kind of like a grab you. I'm gonna grab you. Ah! I don't know. I'm stupid. But anyway, to transform Barricade, it's kind of a mixture of the Human Alliance and the original. Basically, any first movie designed Barricade will kind of have the same transformation. Because The Last Night was a completely, I'm going to say a cleaned up design of it, but nonetheless. Transform them. You take the side, this whole side panel, and you just kind of, get it out of the way. Very reminiscent of the original figure. Get the doors out of the way. Then you come here and untab the back windshield from the 643 number right there. And then you just kind of, this whole section here is going to, well, you're going to come here. These are his hips. These are going to be on ball joints. So you're going to kind of feed that out and then extend his legs out just like that. Rotate that bit. Well, actually, you know what? No, not yet. Don't rotate that bit yet. Go ahead and take this white section and fold it down. Then, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and tab that in. You can kind of see his face in there and everything. Then the legs are very different. Okay. Gotta get the arms out of the way. The legs are very different. These are on double hinges and stuff now. So you're going to take these parts and flip them down just for now. You're going to split his legs. And then you're going to rotate. These are on hinges. So these are going to be like his hip joints. You rotate it here at the thigh. And then you fold out the leg. Raise this hinge up. Rotate it at the thigh. Fold this down, fold the foot down, and there you have basically his whole lower, his crotch area. Then you're gonna rotate this 180. Right now he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like I said, I'm stupid. All right, that does look weird. I know. I need to be a little bit more serious. Be professional. All right. Then you flip the bull bar to give it this more like look that he had in the 07 movie on the chest, which looks pretty cool. I like that a lot. It's a shame that the studio series didn't do that. Then you take this part here, and then this will reveal a slot that this white tab is going to go into. And that will collapse Barricade's chest. Then you just raise these back up. And you fold out his hands. And then to give him his elbow joint, you pop the, well, you don't pop the door off. It's on a hinge. It's on a single hinge, which you kind of have to give it clearance from these other panels. Oh my gosh, it's just going to give me a hard time today. You bastard. Okay, so it's on a hinge, as you can see. Sometimes it's going to get on your nerves. Then you rotate this, just like the first Deluxe from 07. You rotate this little shoulder pad around. Same thing over here. You kind of gotta undo this, then fold out the doors, and then there you go. There he is in robot mode, and I can't lie, this was actually my favorite Barricade at the time. Because he was a hell of a lot more accurate than the original Deluxe and posable. Shoot. I forgot. You gotta raise the door. You gotta raise the doors up. Sorry, somebody would have told me, hey, you gotta raise the doors up. So, my bad. You don't need to come at me in the comments. I raised the windows. But yeah, he was this guy to me was a lot cooler than the original. Yes, there are some things about him that bother me. I mean, number one, bro got no torso whatsoever. That proportionally does that does bug me, but I can look past it. I don't like I don't like all the white plastic in his torso. I really wish it was like this gray color, or maybe it would have just been better if it was just black. I get they had to use more of the white plastic because of the doors on the sprue, I'm sure, but I don't know. I actually do kind of wish that these were black or gray and just painted white. I think that would have been better instead of, having a white torso and a white waist. I don't know. I don't like that at all. I know it's my toy. I can do whatever I want with it. I can paint it, but I wanted to keep this guy vintage. I might actually do that, because to me, I think that's why he doesn't look connected. It's just this void of white and some purple that just separates his chest from his torso, or from his waist. Maybe that's why, I'm not really sure. But in terms of posability, he's got ball joints for days, man. He's got ball joints here at the shoulder. He's got a hinge and ball joint here at... He kind of technically has, wrist swivel in a weird way, but it's not really at his wrist. It's kind of like at his elbow in a weird way. So he's got like elbow rotation, and he's kind of got like a wrist / elbow rotation, and then an actual elbow joint here at the arm. His head is on a ball joint, which is cool. He does have a waist, but that's due to transformation, and you can get him into some poses where he's turning his waist, and it doesn't look entirely bad. But bro got some wide ass hips, so he rocking it with lead foot a little bit. Actually, I like to kind of do this to not give him that wide hip look. That's probably how I'm going to display him from now on, as a matter of fact, to where the hips aren't so damn wide. You know what? Hang on a second here. I'm on to something. Okay, proportionally, that looks better. I'm just doing this on the fly. Holy crap. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Yeah, he loses his hip articulation, but that looks better to me now. Holy crap. That's a raw reaction, just so you know. He does have, hip rotation. He does have, that thigh swivel, but due to transformation, double jointed knees, which are kind of useless. He doesn't really have anything at the ankle either. But yeah, that's basically Barricade with his posability. The weapon, he can kind of hold it in his hand, but it's not very well. He can't hold it very well because his hands are rubber, and half the time it limps. And also most of the time, you got to fold up his hand and then leave like a small gap in between his thumb and his regular fingers to where you got to kind of fight with it to get him to hold it. And it's just, I don't know. I don't really like the fact that they, like he's got to kind of hold it like that. And that looks like ass to me. I don't really care for that. It's how I display him, and he holds it okay, but not very well. So, Barricade, when he's in his robot mode, I typically give him a shoulder cannon sometimes, but I might just end up giving this to like Crankcase or something, just to give him an extra weapon, because I won't lie, he did dual wield in the movie. So Barricade, to me, he's fine with just standing there holding nothing. It's just his hands are completely freaking useless, and that sucks for such a badass character. I would have loved it if the movie Advance line reissued this guy, but with a different weapon, to where like it's kind of similar to the Studio Series weapon that he has. I think that would have been cool if it was like a clip-on or something. Like you fold his hand in, and then you can clip the weapon like inside of his wheel or something. That would have been cool to give him his saw that he used in the film. I don't know. I just really wish they did a lot more with this Deluxe Barricade, because it's not a bad mold. I just wish that Takara did something with him at the time, and I do wish that even Hasbro, because this weapon just sucks. It's completely useless with him. He can't even hold anything. So it would have been nice if they gave him like a secondary weapon, or like his melee weapon that he used against Bumblebee in the '07 film. I just think that would have been better. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and please stay tuned for more. I do have Crankcase up next for review, and then I have Soundwave and Laserbeak the following week. And then after that, while I'm here and I have you guys, I'm going to be making this announcement. We have a few anniversaries this year for Transformers. I know the other year it was the 40th anniversary, which was 2024. 2024 was the 40th anniversary of Transformers. This year is the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars, the 15th anniversary of Dark of the Moon, and the 40th anniversary of the 86 movie, and the 20th year of Transformer Cybertron. Now, that's the only time I'm going to mention the 20th anniversary of Cybertron, because do not ask me to do any Cybertron reviews. I have nothing in my collection that is Cybertron related, or at least enough to feel like it's a celebration. Because I do have the Hotshot, the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus, and the Legacy Vector Prime, but a lot of people have their own opinions about those particular figures, and I would feel like I would be insulting Cybertron to review them, so I'm not going to. But Beast Wars, I do plan on doing throughout the entire month of May, because that's when Goji Galva 20's birthday rolls around, is in May. And so if you don't want to tune in for that, I completely understand. G1 stuff, there's a ton of G1 stuff coming out this year in Age of the Primes and Studio Series, and I want to be able to review those for my G1 fans. I'm not trying to please everybody, but I am trying to acknowledge all of my fandoms of their favorite genre of Transformers. So it's not going to be all Bayverse this year. It's not going to be all G1 this year. Just setting the record, it's going to be for everybody this year. Throughout the whole year, it's going to be for everybody. Just about. To be totally honest, Bayverse, Beast Wars, and G1 are the big three for me. So I'm pretty excited to give you guys these awesome reviews, and I'm looking forward to celebrating the anniversary with all of you. So please try to respect what I'm trying to do for my other fan, for my fans who enjoy what they also like. So let's just be respectful for everybody. I did start off the year with a bunch of Bayverse stuff. So I feel like after sometime, maybe in mid-March, I'm going to drag away from Bayverse a little bit. We're going to dabble into some G1 stuff. And then in May, and then maybe mid-April to throughout the rest of May, we're going to be doing some Beast Wars stuff. And then after May, in the summer, we'll probably go back to Beast Wars. It just depends. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Please stay tuned, and I will be back with you guys with more reviews pretty soon. So, see you guys then.